on some severe weather that might go down over the next 3 days. You can see here thunderstorms starting to pop up on the NAM 3 kilometer model. That's really going to continue. Repeated rounds of thunderstorms, especially for Oklahoma. Watch this area down into central Oklahoma. Watch how much thunderstorms it gets. That's going to be a flooding concern for them. But flooding is not the only concern. That was something I want to highlight. Also, wind, hail, and tornadoes are all threats. So you want to be aware. Tornado. Just because you don't get a tornado warning doesn't mean it's not a destructive system. If you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, that can mean 60-mile-per-hour winds plus, and maybe even closer to 80. It can be destructive hail, golf ball sized hail. Maybe not that extreme, but these purples popping up are indicative of heavy rain and or hail. So you want to be aware. Just because there's no tornado warning doesn't mean you don't want to get indoors. When thunder roars, go indoors. Also some snowfall for the Rockies. But I'll be focusing on the severe weather. So, yeah, that's the radar. Thunderstorms firing up. Well, I notice this area down here into southwestern Texas is really getting thunderstorms. And when I take a look at the dynamics, that's very interesting. Because the Cape levels and the supercell composite and the significant tornado parameter look quite juicy down there. So, I'll show you that. But, yeah, this is the radar. Okay, so this is the surface-based Cape particular loop forecast. This is right now. Like I said, southwestern Texas has the most Cape, but it's nothing too crazy. And as we move into tonight, really, and tomorrow morning or early in the morning, look at these Cape levels. I mean, this is around 9 o'clock, I believe. This is Z time. Don't take my word for it. In this area, southwestern Texas, 2,500 joules per kilogram. We weren't seeing thunderstorms there. That's very interesting because generally higher joules per kilogram, higher Cape values would indicate more thunderstorms. Joules per kilogram values in the 2,000, 2,500 range. It moves off to the west, but it never really recovers. And then at the very end, in far southern Texas, you get some joules per kilogram values in the 2,000s. But the only significant one really is back in southwestern Texas. Get it back again. Right here, really. That's interesting. In a place of more severe weather, like northeastern Texas and central Texas, you do have some Cape values. You see here in the 1,500s to 2,000s, so definitely enough to support some severe weather. But the highest ones are where there's no thunderstorms. And you can see here isolated 2,000 plus, but nothing crazy. But enough to support thunderstorms for sure. You can see that's the loop. So that's the Cape. This is the shear. So this is the wind shear. Obviously you need a wind shear to support tornadoes. So you need Cape and wind shear. And what we see on the wind shears is it doesn't really get going. You do have wind shear values in the 50s, the 40s, but not enough to produce anything significant. And it doesn't get going really until late Sunday, Monday. You can see here early morning Monday, southwestern Texas, and this might be an area to watch. If the models shift the thunderstorms south, I think the environment here is much more favorable for them. I think we might even see thunderstorms here. Or might see severe thunderstorms here. I should correct that. But yeah, it really gets going Monday. Wind shear values in the upper 80s, 100 knots even in some areas. And that could produce some pretty significant tornadoes. As you can see, it's not in range. I'm using South Central, but you can imagine those wind shear values in the mid 80s to mid 90s and isolated 100 wind shear values. So definitely enough to support some tornadoes. Maybe EF2s could be a possibility with this system, especially on Monday. But I think wind shear on the first 2 days is really holding this thing back, especially in the tornado aspect of it. I think it's holding it back tornadically. That's the wind shear. Look at our supercell composites. Another thing that I think is interesting, when we look at southwestern Texas, I mean, it goes all the way up to 14, 15, 18. I'm a little bit confused why the models are not showing getting any thunderstorms. And we do have some supercell composite in other areas. You can see, oh, I don't want sounding. 7, 8, 9, 10, some supercell composite. But the place where it gets going the most really is southwestern Texas again, and I feel the dynamics looks good there. They do look good. Dynamics look okay elsewhere. You can see this is Sunday, 8, 9, 10, so decent supercell composite. This will be afternoon, Sunday into the evening time frame. Then as we head into Monday, supercell values move off to the east. Isolated double digit, but mostly in the high single digit in terms of supercell composite. Southern Oklahoma, northern Texas would be the highest for supercells. Here you can see values in the lower double digits. Now look at our significant tornado parameter, and this furthers my opinion of it being odd that there's no thunderstorms in southwestern Texas. It goes all the way up to 3. You can see here, high 2s, low 3. Pretty significant. It doesn't really go that high anywhere else. Again, Monday, southern Oklahoma. This is odd. I don't know about that. Again, southern Oklahoma. I think we'll have the highest potential for tornadoes. You can see this is the only other place really. I made a mistake. This is the only other place where it the tornado parameter goes that high. Oh, and then right here. So I think this area right here, it's really eastern Oklahoma, will be in a I think enhanced risk. I think they're gonna make it enhanced, but I'll get into that later. Okay, so that's the significant tornado parameter. So a day 1 outlook. I also think they're gonna shift this south to maybe resemble more like this. Try to draw it here. I don't have like a marker thing on it or whatever, but that's all I have to say. I think that the instability and the supercell composite is too high for there not to be thunderstorms here, in my opinion. I think they're gonna shift this southward. Day 2, I'm not gonna look at day 3, but look at day 2. I think this is gonna also shift this south and westward. I think this is more of a day 3, unless I'm getting the timings wrong. I don't think I'm getting the timings wrong though. But yeah, I think they can shift this south and westward. But yeah, I don't think there's gonna be enhanced risk. Maybe if there's gonna be enhanced risk, I would say it'd be back into southwestern Texas. Look at all the dynamics like that. If there were to be thunderstorms, I do think they could be quite severe. Because like that Cape and the potential for some supercells and tornadoes to pop up, but the wind shear is holding it back on a tornadic level. So that's my take. I think if there were to be enhanced, to be back here, even though there's nothing here now because there's forecasting no precipitation. But yeah, that's the update.